Finfag here. I have lived my whole life in the forests. I was about half a year old when my mom and dad took me in the woods for the first time. It was in the middle of winter too. I was born in previous July. They told me that they just bundled me up warmly and pulled me in a sled as they trekked into our in-a-woods cabin. When I was still like 4 years old, we kids, me and my sisters, spent our warm summers running around forest completely naked. Not even shoes. When my mom saw that we were naked, she called us to her and she fastened knives hanging on our waists with a rubber band. One of those "it's dangerous to go alone, take this" moments. And off to the forest we went again, naked except for knives. Because you gotta have a knife in the forest. These days that kind of childcare would warrant a visit from social workers. What I try to say is that I am not afraid of forests. We have always lived near bears and lynxes and the like, and we are not afraid of them either. They know not to mess with humans because we are crazy and have guns and shit. But when I was a kid, I was afraid of the dark. Backwater Finland's dark autumn forest can be a scary place for a kid. I was all creepypasta as hell when I thought of all those monstrosities that might lurk in the darkness. One dark autumn night my dad, old LRRP man, told me to come with him. He told me there was something he would like to show me in the forest. I was like, I don't wanna, it's dark and scary, but this time Dad was adamant. Not buts of ifs, this time we go, no matter how scared I was. He took one flashlight with him, and into the forest we went. It wasn't even very far, but far enough for a 4 to 5 year old kid. Kind of. Are you sure we can find our way back, Dad? Far away. It was far enough. Then he stopped and turned off the flashlight. I was freaking out. But Dad just calmly stood there and refused to turn the flashlight back on. He wouldn't let me have it either. He just stood there in the dark. He stood there a long time. At first I was near tears out of fear. But then his calmness started to calm me too. Obviously we were not in immediate danger since he just chilled there. So slowly I too started to calm down. Then, when I had settled down a bit, Dad leaned to me and told me slowly and clearly, there is nothing more dangerous in this forest than you and I. And he explained how we humans are even more scary to animals than they are for us. That even if I meet something scary in the forest, be it animal or something I don't even recognize, I could be certain that it would be just as afraid of me as I would be afraid of it. Chances are, it would be even more afraid of me than I would be of it. Sure, it might try to hunt and kill me if it was really hungry, but it would still be scared stiff about going near humans. For creatures of forest, humans are crazy and scary tuckers. We could use that fear against them. There is nothing more dangerous in the forest than humans. For animals, we are the hunters that prowl in the night that they wouldn't want to run into. And then we slowly walked back to the cabin. In darkness. He didn't turn on the light. He didn't let me grab his hand. I had to walk on my own after him. And as we walked, he told me how to move silently in forest night. He told me what shapes to look for and how to make sense of what my eyes saw in the dark. How to identify different trees and plants. How to use my ears and make sense of what I hear. How to identify bird calls and what they mean. What different kind of forest smells mean. He told me how to read the forest night. Later on, he told me how to track and hunt in the forest. I haven't been afraid of the dark ever since. Because in the night there is nothing more scary than me. A bit of a twist end there. True story, by the way. Dad totally did that to me. And it worked. Probably would have been called child abuse these days. So yeah, I enjoy these creepypastas. Those nice creepy feelings in the comfort of my home. That's what they are, entertainment. The reality of wild encounter in the woods is a lot worse than creepypastas. In the worst case, you might run into a human. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe.